Hello, darlings. Welcome back. I am the Caked Crusader, and we are getting right into it with Slay the Princess. My goodness gracious. So first screen, whenever you open up the game, is this lovely little content warning. I do want to say just really quickly, we're playing Slay the Princess, which is a game that I have been really, really excited about since I saw that it was being put out, and since it came out I believe it came out in October of last year. Um, I know I had initially wanted to start Oxenfree this week, but I had the realization that in honor of the Magnus Protocols coming out with their first few episodes, not on Patreon, because you could listen to the first few episodes a couple of months back on Patreon if you were a supporter there, but with the first few episodes of the Magnus Protocols coming out, one of the lead voice actors and creators for the original series, which was the Magnus Archives, phenomenal show. If you've not listened to it, I highly, highly recommend it. The one of the main voice actors and creators for that podcast is the narrator in this game, and like the head voice actor. So Jonathan Sims, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, London, will be guiding us through on this journey of whatever the fuss this is. I know that it is a visual novel, which I love. It's horror, obviously, so getting into some good Doki Doki Literature Club kind of situations here with us, which I also love. Waiting for Dan Salvato to put out another game. He can take as long as he needs because he does good work. And also, I've read that it's like kind of a dating sim, which I don't know how that quite works, but we'll just let it play out and see what happens. Content warning, this is a horror game, and it is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbygames.com, if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. What does that mean? If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. So I did put the content warnings at the head of like the stream description. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Ooh, I like this a lot already. I am going to just look at the controls and the preferences just really, really quickly. Boil effect, parallax. I am going to keep the parallax effects on just because I kind of want to see what that looks like, as well as the flickering images. Quick menu visibility. Okay. Unseen text after choice. We don't want to skip anything. Okay. Return. Accessibility. Okay. Whoa, okay. Alright, and then controls. Alright. Interesting. I'm so excited. Alright. Pretty straightforward. And there's just something that's very silly. This looks like the font that I would have written, like, on the front of, like, one of my notebooks or something when I was, like, in middle school. Oh, that music switch up was really nice. Ooh, I'm so excited for this. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. I'm so excited to hear.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, that's cool.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
He has one of the most calming like, I love listening to him talk, especially, like, in the podcast, like, when he's, like, I mean, he's the narrator here, but when he's narrating these things and, like, putting, like, a lot of, like, emphasis into, like, different parts of his voice, like, he just has a very, very calming voice, which is funny because he uses it to describe some of the most, like, heinous, unhinged, eldritch bullshit that I've ever heard in my entire life. Explorer, the end of the world, what are you talking about? Explorer, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Explorer, killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Explorer, can't someone else do this? Explorer, forget it, I'm not doing this. Explorer, have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Interesting, okay. I'm gonna go. So this game's not that long, so I might do a couple different playthroughs of it for stream. I think it's only like 4 hours long. So just to kind of get some, like, a few extra episodes out of it and not just play it for like a session and a half, I might go through it a couple of times. Let's start at the very top.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I would argue that the no more people part is, like, the most appealing. But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? So we had that one before. Killing a princess seems kind of bad. Okay, so that's... I also like the little cursor is like this little creepy... It almost looks like some kind of, like, animal paw with, like, this big, long, like, furled claw on the end of the pointer finger. That's interesting. I can't wait to see what that's about. Can't someone else do this? Forget this. Look, I'll go to the cabin and talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing until anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. Also, when it said that there's no, like, premature ending to the game, I'm assuming that there's certain decisions that you can make that just, like, stop the game like that. Which I kind of wanna...
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope! The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gotta go walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Wow, the writing in this is very fun. It's very cheeky. I like it a lot. I'm gonna do this one.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
Well, you know, maybe I'm okay with that. Like, we've had this conversation. I said maybe I'm okay with it.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Oh, my lord.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, this is going to get very confusing very quickly.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
This mechanic of like the shifting kind of layers that goes along with your mouse is really cool. I'm assuming that that's what they were talking about that was making people motion sick, but it's a really neat effect. I really like it a lot. Okay, I'm going to the cabin. Sheesh, turn around again and leave again. I kind of want to turn around again and leave again. I'm going to do this just to see what happens.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path. I like this one.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone.
Well,
that's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
Well...
And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Fine.
But fine.
Unless I'm walking around. Okay.
Trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Okay, there's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm just gonna keep tracking till the way in the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. I do kind of want to see...
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Listening to this and associating it with the character that he voices in the Magnus Archives, like, and having this conversation is very fun.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes.
Oh.
Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
Okay.
And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Interesting.
Wait, what's going on?
God, the music is really good. That's really sweet. That's one of the reasons that I really like Doki Doki Literature Club, is it's like, I love horror games that are, like, you know, with Lethal Company, it's fun, and you run around, and, like, things jump out at you, and things, like, stalk you through, like, whatever. Like, there's something, I'm such a sucker for, like, good sound design in a game as, like, a narrative tool, and anytime that you have something that's, like, so unassuming, like, just the screen, and it's drawn weird, but, like, you know, it's just a drawing, like, having that, like, weird noise in the background, and it's, like, so subtly, like, kind of, like, out of tune and just doesn't sound right, just puts you on edge so much.
You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
That's actually accurate at this point, yes.
You've doomed us all. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping
I didn't mean,
through the
I thought he
wilderness.
was done talking.
But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Well... Whoa! Okay. Very cool.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
this is very
a princess.
Fun. Is that like a fence? Like in the distance there? To keep me from going away again?
You're here to slay her.
That's interesting.
It will be the end of the world.
God, you're so dramatic. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. Okay, you aren't, oh my god. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie. Yep, okay. Heading now to the cabin where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin, or silently proceed to the cabin. I'm gonna say this one.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Oh, is that
if you
true?
Remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I'm wondering if all of these voices that we're hearing, it's all the same person, and you as the player, like whoever this point of view character is, just has like these different kind of like voices that are competing and narrating in his head things.
I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
The entire world ending certainly wasn't enough to get rid of you. That's also very funny in contrast, or like in comparison to like, I'm just gonna keep making the Magnus Archive comparisons, and I'm sorry, it's just I'm in that brain rot again. Yeah, lead archivist of the Magnus Institute, Jonathan Sims, the world ending wasn't enough to get rid of you.
By ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Okay.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Wonderful. Okay. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Is this? Okay. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. I'm just gonna say yeah, I get it. The lie is very funny. I'm gonna go with the lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying.
No!
Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
The writing in this is really fun.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Maybe she's not. Maybe she's a really nice lady. We don't know.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Or are you being difficult for the sake of it,
Let's
sir?
keep an open mind.
Proceed into the cabin. Let's go.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
God, this effect is really, really neat. I can totally understand how it would make some people like a little bit queasy. But it is like, I really love that this game is just like leaning into just doing as many things to kind of be like disorienting and like weird as possible, and that is a fantastic one.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
He has a point.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Oh, man. There's like a really weird sound effect that's like happening just in this ear that is... I love this. I love
You
this.
can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, man. Looks like we have a couple new people over watching over on Twitch. Hi, thanks for stopping by. Pop into chat if you want to. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out and watching. It's nice to have you here.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
In the music, in the moment?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Never mind.
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Stressful geometry is a wonderful way to describe this.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
That's very true. The first time...
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
I do really like the trope of like somebody pitted against like the idea of some kind of like cosmic like eldritch horror where like their brains can't comprehend what they're seeing, and so that's why. But like the idea of somebody confronted with this kind of like eldritch sort of like incomprehensible bedlam of a thing that they're looking at and just kind of resigning themselves to it and be like, I have no idea what is happening here, but all right, it might as well. Everything else is happening.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
All right. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. I want to know what this mirror is about.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It is most certainly not a wall.
About? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Ooh. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I have a fun little spooky monster hand. Look at me. That's why my hand looks like this. I knew that there was something to that.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Take the blade, enter the basement. I guess let's go ahead and take the blade.
Take the blade from the table.
Oh, now it's holding the knife. That's
cool. And save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that.
How should I hold it?
And how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Oh, I'm gonna hold the blade the other way.
Switch your grip on the blade.
Oh, I look so much cooler. It looks so much cooler.
Isn't this so much better?
It is very much better.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out the window. Oh, I kind of want to. I'll do another playthrough of this where I just like straight like go through and do everything that's just kind of like, okay, like following what's said.
Yes, do it. Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out.
Yeah.
I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck.
I mean, you could just go back outside and get it unless, like, because it does look like there's, like, this looks like the same pattern that the sky is, so it kind of looks like this cabin is just kind of, like, floating in the ether. All right, let's go in the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Oh, at this, I can't be faulted for making comparisons to the Magnus Archives. This is so, oh man, this is good.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Has to get confusing. You gotta get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or get some water. You're gonna get lost for like 4 days.
A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
I kind of just want it to be him just being like, hello, is somebody there? Is there somebody going down the stairs?
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
Accurate response.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall.
That's a good point.
No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
I would be willing to bet that there are, like, little things hidden in, like, different layers that, like, as you manipulate the screen around, you can see. Maybe later in the game, because this seems really early for them to start pulling shenanigans like that, but I would bet that that's going to happen.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I like that his is capitalized, like we're talking about, like, it's like Bible rules and we're talking about God, and every time that we talk about God, we have to capitalize, like, his and him. We're just like, oh, don't worry, there's still plenty of ways to ruin his day. Okay, take the harsh stairs to the left, that's those. Take the center staircase. Take the soft stairs to the right. I love a soft stair. Let's go soft
You step
stairs.
to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the
Now
next.
I don't feel good about my
You
decision.
have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
I now kind of regret my decisions just a little bit, but that's okay.
The further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be like some kind of gross, creepy flesh, like I was like walking down like a trachea or something.
Softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
I mean, honestly, that doesn't sound terrible.
It's
Kinda
slow
don't
going,
hate it.
But you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Oh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Weird.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things
Oh,
experienced
that's
are the
cool.
endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Oh, that's neat that, like, with each cycle through it loses
Consumption and
clarity.
betrayal,
That's really interesting.
skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as
Love.
You okay?
Oh. It's love, though. I bet it's love.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
What do you mean, lies? Alright, Tim
Princess,
Curry.
eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
It is weird that her eyes are glowing like that.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Oh my god.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry I didn't realize I was here. I mean, that's kind of true. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. I'm gonna ask her about this weird sensation.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
What? Excuse you?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Oh, that's... I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can, like... No, I was trying to see if there was some way that I could, like, line stuff up and, like, move this portion to where it, like, connected with the window, but I don't think there is.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Oh, she's in a different position, too.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Excuse you? There's more of you now. What's your name? For all I know, you were down here for a reason. Apparently, it was sent to slay you. I'm getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Regretfully take about the time you blew through that blade out the window. I'm gonna ask her name.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long.
Oh, so that's
What's
her
the point
talking.
of a name if there's no one around to use it?
I mean, there's more of you now for all I know, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to leave her in the basement. I'm just gonna ask why there's more of her.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
Oh, because he said there's more of you now. Okay, I see.
There
Oh,
must be
shit.
something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
This is so trippy.
She fractures
Ah, I love it.
I don't like where this is going.
I love where it's going. Let's
Neither
keep
do I.
on.
Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
No, I let her keep making reproductions of herself. I have more friends. Instead of walking out of here with one friend, now I'm walking out of here with 3 friends.
How would
Plus
we
the other
do that?
voices in
Where
my
would
head.
We start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window.
No one made you do anything you didn't want to
I wasn't
do.
the one who threw it.
Except for me. I am kind of running this ship right now.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Or better. For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason. You're apparently a threat to the world. This is already blah, blah, blah. So this is interesting. Because... So it looks like, okay, this is its own individual thing. This is its own individual thing. But if I try to select just the I'm getting you out of here, it selects that entire text box. So I'm wondering if it's one for each. Like you're doing one thing for each of the 3. Oh, that's fun.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall.
Oh, this
a gentle
one's
tread,
spooky.
a confident
I don't like
stride.
her. She looks scary.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh!
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What?
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't...
Oh, that's terrifying.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Oh, that's spooky.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever.
Oh, the knife has, like, a little bit of blood on it.
On themselves before it all.
The knife has, like, a little bit of blood on it. That's cool.
Falls apart?
Oh, dear. I don't like this.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
You don't know.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
Oh, that's creepy.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Oh.
We should help her. I think we did this.
I know it is very spooky scary, but I like the center face is just like just squished.
How surprisingly sincere.
Well, you know.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Good job.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
No, I don't like it when you open your mouth. That was creepy looking. It's going to be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No, you just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Say nothing. I'm gonna do my best. Well, that wasn't my best. I would say that that's probably the opposite of my best. We don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with the mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror or approach the mirror. Let's approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
No, we're gonna do it. The mirror never
It's
scared you
different
before.
now.
Let's
It feels,
go.
I don't know. Final. Yeah, don't
Oh,
look
shoot.
at it. I don't.
That's the second time that it's done that, and it feels... I'm gonna turn down the volume from the game in my mixer just a little bit. And also... Hang on. Yeah, okay. Just double checking something. Okay. That's the second time that it's done that, where it'll, like... When you start to click through, it'll bring up, like, another dialogue thing, but then it immediately gets cut off, which feels intentional.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You've already said that. Let's go.
Don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
Let's look at it. Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Oh, look at my little monster hyena. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. I'm beautiful! It's you! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. It's not quiet. It's very loud with spooky noises that are in my earballs. Why are some of these feathers? There's like feathers, and then this looks like fur texture. Interesting. Proceed to the cabin. Okay. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
That is so cool looking. Holy shit. What are you, the gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the... God, there's so many options! Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity. Destroy your body. That's a bold move. I'm gonna ask if this is the end of the world.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Well, you make an excellent point there, creepy hand princess. What are you? God, she looks like something out of fucking Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, this music's so pretty.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
What?
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
What are you? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? God, there's so many options. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do at least like 3 playthroughs of this, especially since it's such a short game. What are
I
you?
am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know. Solitary lights, what do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me.
Aw. We're friends.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? I'm gonna ask what happens now.
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Okay. There's something very sad about, I don't know what it is, but like this section right here where she's like holding her own hand. I don't know why, but that's very sad.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So the more that you play through, I wonder if the more that you play through, the more options that you get. Because that's kind of how Oxenfree works a little bit. It's kind of funny that like there's such synchronicity with like, I did not know that, I mean, I like knew that this game was weird, but I didn't know that it had to do with like weird like alternate like realities and kind of like time loops and stuff like that, which is very much how Oxenfree works. So it's nice that I've unintentionally discovered a theme with the games that I'm going to be playing for the next little bit. Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Or just, okay, make me forget? I'm gonna ask, aren't you scared?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna say, okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Oh.
You won't.
Okay. I was just gonna say, like, oh, this is really sweet and, like, really sad. And then just, like, you won't.
You're on
Get
a
wrecked,
path
scrub.
in the woods,
All right.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay, there's an achievement that said the real Slay This Princess starts here, and then it said you'll know it when you see it, so that's very fun. End of the world, what are you talking about? Okay, so now we can start kind of like getting into weird stuff. So let's start with, I'm gonna ask this question because
While
this
I
seems like a good
appreciate
question.
the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay, gosh.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
No, that's a powerful chicken.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
So now she's a chicken? I thought she was a princess. You need to keep your story straight, narrator. Get it together. I'm just gonna say, oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job.
Okay. Yep.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Told me that before. Let's go! Alright.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I bet that with each different playthrough, and this isn't like a big brain prediction, it just kind of makes sense to me and would be logical, that with each playthrough, like, you get like a different version of the cabin, and that was like, there were different bits of like each of those cabins that were kind of like grafted onto the one that we went to the first time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this.
Are any of the other voices popping up? No. Not yet, because at this point, the voice of the contrarian had already started talking. Alright, let's take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
And also, when we were kind of having that, like, weird... I don't even want to call it a flashback, because it wasn't really a flashback. It was just kind of like... Oh, it's supposed to be wind. Okay, there was like a weird noise that I could just barely hear, but I guess it was just wind. But yeah, when we were having those like weird kind of visions, it showed you like walking through this very plain door down a very plain set of stairs. Like it wasn't the trippy...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Interesting.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
What does she sound like now?
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you, or just continue down the stairs. I'm gonna say just checking in.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No way. Why would you even think something like that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk or steal your nerves and step forward. I think I'm just gonna say I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
Okay.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it or tighten your grip. I'm gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
My cursor is still that, like, creepy little, like, monster hand. So that, as like, weird as, like, this representation of reality, or that representation of reality was that we saw earlier, like, obviously, like, everything was kind of, like, wonky and stuff, but since this is still the way that, like, that hand is being represented, does that mean that that's, like, actually what we look like, and that's not just some kind of, like, weird, like, it's how you see yourself is as a monster or something like that? I don't know.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Oh, she's about to kill me dead, I bet.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
I think it's fine.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Ooh. Relationship. I'm sorry, I didn't bring you flowers or anything. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Or okay, we've talked enough. I'm gonna just be honest with her and say, hey, people think you're trying to end the world. What's your defense?
Don't just tell her that.
Shut up!
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. And I think I've tried to ask the narrator, and he's just being weird. Oh, but girl, your face looks scary. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them. I mean, I honestly, I know that it's, like, a little contrarian, but I do kind of want to say, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am them. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Hey, Junko and Ashima did it. She might have had a team of people behind her, but she was one girl with a dream, and by God, she made a lot of that dream happen. She didn't go... Well, I mean, she did succeed completely for at least a little bit of time, so... I mean, Junko did it.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Sure.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
She has a good point.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Now that's interesting, because she said killing each other.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
What you really got going on, girl? What you want to do? What's your dreams? What's your hopes?
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Neither's yours. Shut up.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything. all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
You haven't made a very strong, like, case for why I should kill this person. A relationship, oh yeah, we did gloss over the whole relationship thing. How would I get you out of here? What's your name? I'm gonna ask her name.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Well, I'm gonna ask how long she's been down here.
Too long.
I'm guessing that, like, each version of her that you encounter are, like, different personalities. And I guess that was kind of like what that fracturing was. But this one's kind of mean. I mean, I get it. If I had been thrown into a basement and locked up for, like, literally no reason, I would probably kind of be a little bit of a B-word, but how would I get you out of here?
Can't. Don't bother.
I didn't ask you.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
What, are we gonna cut your hand off?
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Think she might
She
be.
is. I'm sure of it.
I'm gonna ask about this relationship.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
No, that's a good point. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess! I'm getting you out of here. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to— Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. I'm gonna try releasing her.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
I am not.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
But I have incredible dinosaur person strength,
If you
probably.
don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
I'll be here.
Okay. We come back downstairs and she's gone and we're just like, well...
You attempt to make your way
shirt.
out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Who's
Someone else here. You
Try the door.
But it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Wow.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Did you lock me in
I'll
here?
repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
I wonder if this is going to be kind of like, and building on to the unintentional theme of games that I've, like, set myself up to play in, with Homebody, where, like, with each cycle through, you kind of, like, discover, like, new little secrets and stuff. I wonder if it's going to be the same thing, where it's, like, now it's like, oh, okay, there's maybe a key hidden somewhere upstairs. So, in the next playthrough, or the next, like, cycle, before we go downstairs, we're supposed to... My gosh, I have the burps. There we go. Where it's like, okay, before we go downstairs, we need to look around the room and see if we can find, in addition to the knife, also a key or something like that.
Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone.
Shut up, narrator.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Miss Ma'am.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
All right, so I'm assuming that now we come to our first major, I guess like the weird body horror with the multiple hands and like bodies melting together was technically like the first like spooky thing that happened. But I guess now we hit our first like, oh shit, fuck warning, because I'm cutting this woman's hand off. We're going full saw. I'm getting this girl out of here.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against
Oh!
the princess's arm.
Why did it look like that?
Massive, unyielding chain.
Why did they animate it like that? Why can't I see
You
bones?
cut into her flesh.
Ew.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
I like her face is just like, oh,
She
God.
didn't so much as utter a sound.
Well, she's tough.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Hey, buddy, you doing okay? Do you want me to, like, get you a
How
Band-Aid?
is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Is this where we find out that she's, like, not human?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Oh. Maybe she's, like, Nimona, and she's, like, a cute, friendly monster lady. And it's
You
fine.
won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
This ain't about what you want, narrator, baby. This is about free
As the
will.
princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Sir!
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Oh, yeah, no, this is totally what I normally look like. Because, look, I have my little dragon arm here now.
Watch me.
Can I stab the word the narrator? No, I don't wanna. But I don't wanna do it. Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the doe. If he hollers, kill this woman against your will. What the fuck, narrator? What's wrong with you?
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna kill her.
Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious?
I didn't do it!
I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one,
Okay.
but I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
You know what? Honestly, she gets this one. She gets this one. I'm not mad at her for this. Gosh. Gorsh. I do kind of just want to give up. At this point, I just want to dick with the narrator as much as possible.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker.
Hell yeah, girl.
You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again.
I like that she's not even, like, she's just fight clubbing the shit out of this.
Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
She gets this one. Honestly.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
I let you hit me!
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground.
Alright, well.
Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, but it's over.
Ew, that's a bad noise.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay! Let's see what achievements I get. Oh, chapter 2. Interesting.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
Ah, this is
is
so
a cabin.
weird.
In the basement of that cabin,
This is so
is
trippy.
a
I love it.
princess. You're here to slay her.
Okay.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu, but I died. She's gonna kill me again, proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. But I
I
died.
assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay
God,
the princess.
you
I
are
literally
sassy.
told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
This is a new voice.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it used to
so
be
I
if
wonder.
you spend the whole time second guessing yourself.
I wonder if based on like the decisions that you make and the way that like the previous story ends, like that kind of influences like which voice you hear on the next go around. So like this is like the voice of the broken where he's like, what does it matter? We're just gonna die again. Da 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 da. Like, that's cool. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Yeah, fuck that.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
No, it happened because I listened. I didn't even listen to you. You just made me stab her.
She died. She didn't feel pain. She didn't feel much of anything, did she? And she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Is she gonna, like, remember something?
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I hope the world
Do you think
ended.
the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Yeah, it's kind of all the same
Just
in the
because
end.
she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
This is the first nice thing that you've said to me this entire game, narrator. We've been doing this for a little over an hour. That is the first nice thing that you've ever said to me. Maybe more flies with honey than vinegar, you dingus. Alright, let's
Just
talk
be
about the
quick
princess.
it.
Alright. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? That is a good point! Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? I'm asking that.
Locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I'm overcomplicating them. I'm gonna ask the question about if she's just a princess. Why did she...
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
We could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation.
Honestly.
She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Honestly.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
No.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
I mean,
You're being annoying.
no.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
She killed me last time around. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? You're being cagey. What aren't you I mean, that's a good question.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Seems pretty sus, my dude.
The less you know about her, the better.
I don't think so. If I'm trying to... okay, alright. If I'm having to fight a person, and to fight them with the intent of ending their life, I feel like the more that I know about them, inherently the better. Because that lets me know, like, why didn't she react whenever I cut her freaking hand off? She didn't give a shit. Or when I stabbed her, she gave zero shits. She just turned around and started fucking beating my face in. Which again, she was right for that because narrator made me kill her, but whatever. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know it was special.
Don't let him feed into your fucking ego. This guy's being weird.
Of course you're special.
No, don't.
Why else would you be here?
No, don't trust you.
As if you think we're special. As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
Hell yeah. Let's go. She killed me last time around. I think he's just gonna give me like more weird bullshit, and I honestly just kind of want to progress the story at this point.
Great.
So let's go.
Now, if you don't mind,
Oh my
the whole
God.
world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
God, you would get a lot farther in life if you treated people kindly, Mr. Narrator, sir, instead of being a dick to them all the
warning.
time.
Before you go, she will lie.
I know, I
cheat.
know. You've already
Lying?
told me this.
Cheating?
Oh, that's new.
Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
All right, I want to see if my prediction holds up and that when we go into the cabin, if it's different, if it's like a different presentation of the cabin than the
At least
last
one
time.
of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Just shut up. Proceed.
If that's what you want. I guess I don't.
Oh,
have a
come
say
on,
here.
buddy. Cheer up. It's gonna be okay, probably.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
What the
The only
fuck?
furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. What part of the initial cabin was this, though? I guess maybe just the mirror. Because I don't remember seeing any of this architecture. But the mirror was there.
Why do
Okay.
we feel so small?
We are very tiny, I feel like.
We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh, come on. Chin up, little friend. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. Okay, so I don't want to take the blade just yet, if at all. I want to go check out the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
Don't do
It's
this
all-
to me. Don't
isn't
do
much
this
to
to me again. Don't gaslight me.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach
Yep.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I just wanted to test the grade of the marble. It's wonderful. It's grade A. Good marble, great marble even. Best marble, I know marble.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Expert at the marbles, they call me. Alright, let's talk about how the fact that this whole cabin
Maybe
is
that's
different.
because you haven't actually been.
Oh my god,
I
shut
hope this
up.
means you'll finally drop that ridiculous.
I am
past
enjoying
life
this game.
nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I am enjoying this game a lot, but I do love that it is Gaslight Simulator 3000. No, I don't want to. No, I want to look at other stuff. Don't make me. Okay.
You take the
Fine, I'll
blade
take
from
the blade.
altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I don't want to enter the basement. Can I interact with anything? There has to be something to interact with. No, my theory about keys. My theory about the cabin was right. Why is my theory about the keys wrong? No. Fine, let's go. Let's go, I suppose.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Ooh.
revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
Oh, I'm glad you're having a good
It's
time,
still
buddy.
a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You keep saying that, but man, if I lived here, this would
Her
be
booming
fucking...
voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh, well.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
All right, tone it down there just a little bit, man. We're all thinking it, but, like, you don't have to be so, like, open about it. So cool. My theory about the cabin and about the princess having different personalities, again, that's not, like, big brain stuff. I feel like that was, like, pretty easy to pick up on, but both of those were right. But my theory about finding a key or something else upstairs that would help us was incorrect, unless I just completely bonked something up and missed it.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Well, you know, that was before we heard her voice and she sounded like a dommy mommy. And, like, now, I mean, who are we? Who are we to fight against the tides of
It
fate?
doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions.
I
So
am!
if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
And I say we're going. I am the one in charge here.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Temple-like room.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Well,
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
God, this is... what an interesting game. I also, a sidebar, love this costume design. Is really cool. And I wonder if, I feel like it would be really cool to see. I'm sure somebody has done it because the internet is an amazing place. Sometimes. There are some bad things that happen on the internet, but I'm sure that there's some amazing, talented cosplayer out there that has done, like, a full, like, grayscale cosplay of this look, and I'm sure it looks incredible.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Well,
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
well, you know.
Drop it.
Okay. I'm gonna drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
Oh, you're not gonna give me any sass about it this time? Because last time you gave me sass.
We didn't have to do that,
Yes, we did.
and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like. to
Voice
be
of the
her
Broken is
presence.
down fucking bad.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Nah.
Kneel.
Okay.
On her
All right.
command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Okay.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Okay. Now we're
I could
getting
feel
somewhere.
its fundamental truth awaken me.
So really, all we did was just kind of give her like a pep talk, a self-help seminar. Like, yeah, girl, realize your true potential. Become the terrifying, ephemeral, ethereal, floating goddess of death and destruction, chained up in a basement that you wish to be in the world. I love it.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue
God.
for alterations.
This looks dope as fuck. Like, the little, like, small, like, you see right there? You see right there? Those little, like, pinpricks of light for the wonderful character design.
It's
Like, that's so
time for me
pretty.
to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
I mean, pretty is probably not the right word, but that's like the word that I use to describe a lot of things that I find like aesthetically pleasing. So even if it's not like the most accurate, that's just what my brain defaults to. But like, God, it looks cool. It's so
That gives
cool.
away the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well...
Hang on. Okay, I can look. Because it's done that several times. Where because usually you have to click through once one character ends what they're saying. So I think it does that on purpose to try to, like... I don't think that it automatically, like, starts playing the next person's dialogue and catches you, like, trying to click through. I think it's just, like, when you click through, it plays that, like, split second of other dialogue and then, like, goes to the next one. So what we missed was, it certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done, and I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. Return. Alright.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
I mean, she is kind of like levitating in the middle of the room.
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Yeah, but can she lose a battle that she's already won in her mind? Because I feel like baby girl is in charge right now. Like, she knows what she's doing. We are completely clueless because all we have is one shitty little dagger, my intrusive negative thoughts that are simping hard for this woman, and a narrator who is not only intentionally vague and unhelpful about shit, but also condescending and kind of a dick. So I feel like one of us has the advantage, and it's not me in this moment. I'm just saying. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after oh, that's a good one. What happened to you after I died? I'm not going to help you in the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her. Part of me wants to do that because it's so funny. And it would piss the narrator off. But I also want to know... I want to know what happened to her after the conclusion of the final time. Like, the previous timeline, rather.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Alright, never mind then, I guess.
There is an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Cool. Now I'm really tempted to just like, alright, like, hell yeah. What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself? Just because you're supposed to end the world? Okay, let's like, we already said that. I do kind of want to do the pledge yourself to her, just because it's so funny. and I kind of want to see what happens.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
I'm sorry.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
I'm a people pleaser. I can't help it.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong.
Is that the
Trying
narrator?
to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now.
God damn, Muscle Mommy.
An echo.
Good lord. She's thick as fuck. Girl's built like a bowl of fucking protein oatmeal.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Well, this seems like it might be a bit of an abusive relationship. Get out of here, narrator.
Rise, my little bird.
Can I fly?
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh, that's cool.
Break my chains.
Alright.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
The power of positive thinking. Manifestation. Having break her chains.
Her
Fucking
chains
doing it.
shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Cool. Great.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
I love that it went from like that very pretty but like very kind of like simplistic like sketch, and I do really love that like the design on her has like shifted so much over the several playthroughs, because initially it was kind of like that like very rough kind of like cartoonish sketch, and this is beautiful. Like, not that the previous art style wasn't pretty or aesthetically pleasing. It was, just in a very different way. But, like, this is a gorgeous, like, this is so pretty. I'm gonna take her hand. Let's hold hands. Oh, no. Oh. When I said take my hand, I meant just the one. My hand. I didn't want you to get taken by hands. That was the opposite of what I wanted. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I like on the next playthrough, instead of the voice of the broken, it's like the voice of the simp. Of course you're scared, but this is not the end for you. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me, we've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It is, but just for like a
Want to look at
second.
us.
I know you don't, but it's going to be fine. I'll see you on the other side, it's going to be okay.
If you say so,
Okay,
we'll trust you.
okay.
No mercy.
Let's approach the mirror. I wonder if I'll look different. Okay. Still got my wonderful little dino hand. Same face. I've grown. What? Oh. Oh, that hand is bigger than mine. What the fuck? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Okay, so this is, I didn't speak on it the last time, I think just because I was so, like, taken aback by it, but I initially thought, because there was a similar animation, and it looked like flames, and I just thought, oh, okay, she's, like, enraptured in flames, like, at the top of this hill, or enwrapped in flames at the top of this hill, like, whatever. But then when you get closer to them, they are those spooky Full Metal Alchemist ass
Flickering
fucking
lamps
hands.
and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
It's worse that they're smaller. But again, like the original artwork of her is like this very kind of like rudimentary cartoonish thing, and then like the previous iteration that we saw of her like after the conclusion of like that first thing where we saw her like enrobed in like all the hands and stuff was still like very body horror, like it looked very weird. This looks like, honestly, I'm getting like Nier vibes from this. Like it's very Square Enix to me, and it's so pretty. I kind of want this actually as like a wallpaper or something for my phone.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Like especially with the music in the background, like, oh my god. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? And what if I don't want to bring you any more vessels? What if I just wait here forever? I'm ready to go back to attack the entity, destroy your body. God, there's so many decisions. I feel like this game could be 200 hours long. I kind of want to know, like, what she's feeling. So initially, I'm going to ask what it feels like.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
I know it's creepy and gross with the hands, but I can't get over how pretty this illustration is. Like, gosh, that is... just the lighting and the shading and stuff is just gorgeous.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
God, I'm getting, like, weirdly emotional right now. I just, like, had that catch in the back of my throat, like I was about to cry, and I don't know why. I'm just a very emotional person. It's fine.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Oh my god. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Why am I crying? I'm fine. Stop.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Okay.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Okay.
I
Cool.
would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
So, When I saw descriptions of this game as a dating sim, I did not realize that this would be kind of the vibe. I thought that, like, you know, you would have to go through and that there would be, like, different paths that you could go through to, like, endear the princess to you. Because, again, as much as I was looking forward to this game, I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So I kept myself away from anything really about the game or the gameplay or how it played out. I did not realize that I would be romancing a literal fucking Lovecraftian hand goddess? I don't even know what to call her at this point. I'll call her Kate. Kate feels right. Hey, Kate. I think we're gonna get along great. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Tells you to bring them.
Okay.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Is this what it feels like to be Hosier in love with somebody? Because I kind of feel like this is what Hosier experiences when he's feeling affection for somebody. Is like, this is how he sees the object of his affection, and here he is just asking this goddess what he can bring to them in order to make them feel better and happy. Just, oh my god. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart.
Wonderful.
Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Fuck! That's heavy. Alright, Kate. What if I just want to sit here with you forever?
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished, damp, cavernous.
Well, maybe we could have chosen different descriptors there, Catherine. I have no need to wait. Oh man, I should have waited. I'm gonna destroy... What happens if I destroy my body? I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Is it gonna be as sudden as it was last time? Because that was jarring.
We will meet again.
Okay. Bye, Kate. I'll see you soon. Alright. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now it's back to all of the original choices. So let's just silently continue to move forward.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further.
I know, she's gonna lie and
She
cheat.
will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
But consider that you haven't seen her the way that I see her, which is a beautiful, terrifying entity surrounded by hands. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if you did, you would understand my perspective a little bit more.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
okay.
bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So this is the first real iteration of the cabin that we got. Oh, I wonder... Okay, alright. I feel like this is going to be one of those games where I keep having, like, different theories, and at some point, like, my next stream, I'm just going to have, like, one of the, like, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like, Pepe Sylvia, like, conspiracy boards behind me. I wonder if, because if I remember correctly, we had the initial introduction to the cabin and everything, which was fucking insane, and it was, like, layers of reality kind of, like, bending over on each other, and then we had the next run-through, which was... This was the cabin that we came into, and there were no voices talking to us. Like, it was just ourselves and the narrator. Then, after that cycle happened, we came up and it was like the big, like stone marble kind of like massive building, and we had the voice of the broken because we had gotten the shit kicked out of us in the previous playthrough, and he was the other voice that was talking to us. So I wonder if, like, this is kind of like an interim kind of thing, and then it sets you up for, like, the next progression, if that makes sense. This is like a staging area, and then the cabin that we go into the next time is, like, actually where the development happens. I don't know.
The blade is your implement.
I know.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I know, Jonathan Sims. Hang on. Seem to have lost my mouse there for a second. I mean, that's okay. I can play with my... What in the world? Why did my mouse stop working? It's very weird. I just put a new battery in you. Why are you being a silly Billy? Hold on. Let me try to replace... I don't know why the new battery wouldn't be working, though. That's weird. Because I literally just put it in, and it was from a new pack and everything. And before you say anything, I know I need to get, like, an actual, like, mouse. But I really like this one, and it was a gift from my mom. So, shush. Okay, there we go. There we go. There she goes. We're good.
You take the blade.
Take the blade.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I know, shush. Is there still no way that I can interact with... I feel like there's a key. There has to be a key somewhere. I'm looking into this way too much, probably. If I interact with stuff, I can't throw it out the window anymore. I wonder what happens if I just enter the basement without taking the key,
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room
We've already
below.
heard all of this.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
Alright.
A hint
Water
of
bottle
rot
number 1 has
filtering
been cached.
ancient
Let's do
wood.
water bottle number 2.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Alright, what does she sound like now?
Who's there?
It's that same
She
voice.
sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she... Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Okay. So I think in this one...
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
Okay, so I think in this one, I'm just gonna try to fucking kill her.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Arrogance!
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
She makes a good point.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I do also want to, there are very talented artists that I follow on TikTok and also on other things, but I do just want to show off this new sticker that I got from Samurai Rusk over on Etsy. That is Matt Mercer's lifeless miniature being looted for his vest. It's very fun. I think they also have shirts of that too.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
You know what? Let's go.
You lunge forward.
Oh, why does she look so sad?
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
My dog is also very upset because I just got very loud and he's very upset that I got loud and scared and upset about things.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Well, maybe not.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
I don't think she can, man.
Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
She
But it's
believes
over,
herself to be.
Isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course not. That was too easy. Of course it is. She's dead. Okay, so if all right. The way that he emphasized she believes she's still alive. If I believe that she's not still or that she is still alive, then she's still going to be alive. But if I believe that I killed her, then maybe it'll like cancel it out and she'll actually be dead.
Exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I mean, we did. It wasn't
You did
great.
kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Well,
but that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Not today. Gotta go talk to my therapist. And then she's gonna be like, you killed a
You
woman?
open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Oh no, what's outside?
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
We're on space.
What happened?
We're not in space. There's no stars.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit. Let me out of here. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. I mean, I'm gonna be a little greedy.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of
Oh,
eternity.
shit.
Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
So, I think that I might have fucked up, friends. I think that maybe I was just kind of like, because I thought, okay, so my line of thinking was that I had already, like, talked to her and we'd already done this, and I would just, like, go through and be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna kill you and get to, like, the next iteration. But maybe in just, like, killing her from the get-go, I just fucking ended the game?
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
I hope not. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
I'm gonna love it.
We can use the blade to get out of this.
Oh, are we gonna have to go back downstairs and she's gonna be like,
hear
gross?
everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
It
He's right.
is.
It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you
It's
know?
right.
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
I really hope it doesn't restart that. Like, I hope that this isn't like the end state of the game and that I have to start back over, because I really do want to like keep going with like the relationship that I had developed with the entity known as Kate up until this point, and I want to keep going with it.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I will dare, Jonathan Sims. Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing at least for a little while longer. Let's fucking go.
I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
I am an ingrate.
Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Yay!
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Yay!
The end. Nice knowing you.
Thank you. The Spectre. Ooh, okay.
You're
This is
on
fun.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I do want to say, obviously, I highly encourage everybody, especially if you're into this style of gameplay, to buy this game because there's so many different things that you can do. And I'm having a blast with this game. Like, I'm so impressed with it. I love it so much. I think it's so cool. I love the creativity with it. I love the writing in it. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I love that. I'm so confused, but in the best way. So I think it's not that expensive. It's on Steam. I think it's on like other platforms as well. So just like, if you're watching this, I highly recommend everybody go buy this game and support this developer and this creative team, because holy shit, this is a treat.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah. Oh, you bastard. Honestly, the amount of times I said, "Oh, you bastard," to Jonathan Sims, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, London, while listening to the Magnus Institute. Like, okay. I already said at the top of this that I was gonna make a lot of jokes and kind of mentions about the Magnus Archives, just because, again, I'm in that brain rot, and,
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
shut the fuck up, eye boy!
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Ooh.
We'll just do it again.
I hate that
Well,
person.
for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Okay. Let's assume I'm telling the truth. Okay, let's proceed to the cabin. Because at this point, I have another voice that's interacting with me. I know, she's gonna lie, she's gonna cheat. Okay. Proceed. So now I'm wondering what cabin we're gonna walk into. Because if we walk into a weird cabin, that means, like, more weird, fun stuff's gonna happen. And we're getting a new
The
personality.
interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
That...
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels
Yeah.
like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Like I've been saying, she's dead.
Oh, is she gonna be like a weird, awful ghost this time? This looks like a thing that I should be able to touch and interact with, and it's not. Let's approach the mirror. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the
Because
wall?
there isn't a mirror. There's a table. There's
No.
definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror?
I care about whether I'm being lied to. I want to see how handsome I am.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
I don't know. You're just being a fucking weirdo. I'm gonna approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You
Oh.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin
Okay.
wall. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying.
The fact that the
Clearly,
mirror
it's not
keeps
even
appearing and
important enough to
disappearing
be
is really
ignored.
weird, and I still haven't figured out like why or what that's about. I'm not gonna take the knife with me this time. I'm just gonna go straight downstairs.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. if the room below is
shoot.
silent.
I think the only thing it had left to say was like if the princess really does live here, killing her would be a mercy or whatever.
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Creepy.
Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Hey, literal
Two
boo.
deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
She's kind of cute.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
There's definitely some, like, really cute fan art of, like, her and Sans from Undertale, like, out on a date somewhere.
Ghost!
Oh, don't, Scooby-Doo, read it!
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
She's adorable.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to.
No!
We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
She's so cute! Oh, I love her!
I
Wait.
see you don't have that annoying knife anymore. So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Are you here to apologize and make nice? Beg for absolution, maybe? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging.
See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her. I killed you. What are you doing not being dead? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that. Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that, and it wouldn't be hard to do it again. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it up for you? To you. The people who wanted you dead tricked me, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's team up. What do you want from me? If I knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? You're dead. At least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me? After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported. It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything, and I had to kill myself to escape. I guess I should tell you why I was sent to kill you. You were going to end the world. God, there's so many choices. I was told you were going to end the world. Okay, clearly slaying you isn't going to work. What do you want? Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts? If you're dead, there really isn't much for me to do there. There isn't really much for me to do, is there? I guess I'll get going. Leave her in the basement. Right, I don't think there's much more for us to talk about. I'm going to get my blade, and then the two of us can fight, retrieve the blade, or grab the princess. I don't want to grab her. That's weird. Let's see. There was one that I was like, yeah, that's what I want. I'm gonna do this one.
You poor thing. That must have been so frightening for you.
I mean, I know that you're dead, and that also had to be frightening.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathising with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it? She doesn't mean it.
It serves you right. I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest. It sounds like you got exactly what you
Oh, hello, friend. I'm I'm sorry I killed you the last time. I shouldn't have done
Too
that.
little, too late. But you can still make things right.
Oh?
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, does he apologize to it? No.
She's not a monster. She's a lady. A nice lady.
So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
I think it has a lot to do with her, because the reason that I was in the position that I unalived myself was because of killing her. Da da da.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
It is.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over.
She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
Obviously, it was wrong of me to believe that. How could you have ended the world if all it took was a knife to the heart to kill you? That's kind of shitty. What are you going to do if I help you get out of here? Well, were you going to end the world? You didn't answer my question. Did you want to end the world? I'm not dumb. I'm not cold. I'm just dumb. I'm a big, dumb, stupid idiot. Oh my god.
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
Okay.
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place.
Okay.
It's still the only thing I want.
God, the little whisper effect after the fact is very creepy, and I like it.
It does. We're not asking you. We've heard your whole speech already.
I really, really don't know. I'm not lying to you. I promise. The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be there, not here. I'm just supposed to be a part of it. It's home, I think. But what does it mean for anything to end? I ended, but I also didn't.
She's got a point.
And you ended too. But here you are. And you don't even look any different. I'm not so sure endings are real. I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you.
Sure.
It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses,
Ooh.
the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when it's someone who's dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfair of me to ask what you're gonna do with the rest of your life when I kind of like took the rest of your life and now you're dead. That's a little
She pulls
unsensitive.
back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
I don't think so, honestly. Let's leave. Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there.
Okay.
There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Home.
Okay.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? she's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
No, those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury
Oh, I see
them.
what she's saying. Okay.
Smash them. It won't do a thing.
Okay. All right. So
But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone.
Are you gonna possess me?
I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls.
Now she's gonna possess me.
But I never found a way out.
She's gonna possess
I
me.
always wound up right back here.
I'm about to get zest.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you?
I'm getting zest.
Let me hitch a ride.
Hell yeah.
After all, you own.
All right. Scary ghost girlfriend.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
Yes.
She is. But I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
That's
Would she be
fine.
able to see us if we went along with it?
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally
That's
bring
kinda
her
what I was
face to
thinking.
face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Oh, I think I'm gonna love him. I think I'm gonna love him, bestie. Sounds great. Do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
You're welcome.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
So does that mean he knows that this has happened over and over again? Because he says, like, how many times do I have to tell you? And then he cuts himself off. So does he know how many times he's been telling us to, like, just do bad things to her? Oh, God. Okay. All right, ma'am. Okay,
She rushes
ma'am.
forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Nope. Oh, those are bad noises.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
Sweet.
You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Wonderful.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Hey.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
What?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
Oh, I see.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice?
Oh,
Me
I
is
see
why.
what she's saying. I thought she was saying, like, physical shards of broken
Who
glass.
cares
I was
what
very
they are?
confused.
We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
We're all great.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Oh, we're talking about the narrator.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Okay.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
I don't agree with the rest of it, but the spiteful, yes. It was 100% spite.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
Thank you, Kate.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
I'm leaving.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
I mean, it kind of might
That's
be.
exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It's a good point.
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
He makes a
I
point.
suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
I like that they included the dagger still on the table in the illustration for this scene. That's a very,
Maybe
very
the
nice
bossy
little
one
detail.
doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able.
You need to stop being such a goober, narrator.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Ooh. Now that's interesting. I don't want to take the blade because I feel like that has like it's a very charged item to have around Ghost Princess. So I'm not gonna take it, but I do kind of want to know, like, maybe I'll do on my second playthrough, I'll see like what happens if I get to this point in the game and then I take the blade. Sorry, I'm trying to button up my little sleevey. It's not wanting to button. Okay, there it goes. All right, let's trudge forward, friends.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
I mean, you can still care. That's a big thing to still care about.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open that door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it.
Is that the first
Then
time
the
he's
door
like said a
groans.
swear in this game? This might have been the first time that we've seen a swear in this game.
Collapse to the ground.
you and the princess free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
Oh.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
She's like, it is loud in here. I need out. Oh. Pick up a passenger and take her to her destination. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Ella, you actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, Flo.
No.
Dimension.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
I know my image right now in my stream is really funny, especially juxtaposed to the fact that, like, there's a ghost up there, because I am also a little bit see-through right now for whatever reason. Okay. Okay, so I think the, like, hands pulling her back into the mirror is, like, I think maybe that's the ending that you want? Whatever. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end, but for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
It feels so bad. You don't need to comfort him.
I'm comforting him.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you.
You should trust
Whatever
me.
makes you happy.
Shut the fuck up. I do not like the voice of the cold. As annoying the voice of the broken was, the voice of the cold is just kind of like a dick. Alright, let's get to the mirror. What do I look like now? You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Ooh, I'm drippy. I've withered. The decay. Okay. Well, you find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Oh, she looks... okay.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? You know that... okay, so these are all normal. Or not normal, but like what we heard the last time. I'm gonna do this one.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. Nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, I love you. You're beautiful and scary. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as long as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me. I hate it, and I think I hate you. Huh? No, I like her.
It says that your heart is gentle. That even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Oh shit. You can't be a contradiction.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness.
Okay.
She will make for an understanding heart.
Which is odd because I feel like the last one was like wrathful, or not wrathful, but like commanding or something like that.
She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Okay. Well, if you say so, Kate. I'm gonna say I'm ready to go back because it's about time for me to end this stream, and I kind of want to like have a nice bookend on it to pick back up. Maybe tomorrow night. I'll kind of have to see how I'm feeling after work, but
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. I am gonna save. Okay, save complete. Okay, so I am going to end
You're
this.
on a path
No,
in
stop,
the
stop,
woods.
stop, stop,
And
stop,
at the end,
stop, shush. I'm going to end this stream here because it is a nice kind of like ending of that last little cycle that we did. What a wonderful game. I wasn't really sure what to expect going into this. Like I said, like I knew that I wanted to play it because I love visual novels and I love horror visual novels, and it kind of just like based on like the very vague descriptions that I got of it, like a little bit of like Doki Doki, where it was like kind of weird and like fucked with you a little bit, but I had no idea what I was getting into, and this is such an interesting game. I'm kind of in love with it, and I can't wait to play more of it. I don't have a set work schedule right now, so I'm having to update my stream schedule kind of like at the beginning of each week as I get my work schedule and kind of find out like what's going on. So be sure to, if you're watching, pay attention to whatever my schedule is to find out what I have planned for the next week. I know that on Tuesday we will be playing more Lethal Company with my group of friends. If you guys watch me do that on Wednesday, we'll be getting back to some more of that, which is just going to be silly fun shenanigans, and then I will update my schedule once I get off of here, off of this stream, and have time to sit down and look at like my next week. I will update my schedule to reflect when I'm going to be streaming in the next coming week. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm loving this game. I hope that all of you are enjoying it as much as I am. And I can't wait to kind of see. I have no idea like what the end of this game would look like, because you know, it's like one of those like weird like time loop kind of like alternative reality games, so I don't know what a resolution to this game looks like, but I'm excited to see it. Thank you all so much for watching, for stopping by. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe if you can. This is going to be, I think, the first series that I do like some editing to the video, to maybe like edit out some like quiet space or dead space or whatever, and then upload to my YouTube channel. So be sure to like hop over to YouTube and give me a subscribe and a follow there. I'll have some other stuff posted there as well. So but yeah, I can't wait to get back into this game a little bit more. And once again, for like the literally like fourth time, I think, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Be excellent to yourself, be excellent to each other, and I will catch you on the next stream whenever it is. Good night.